crimes because they're not, the government isn't actually prosecuting the sex crimes other than the human trafficking or the sex trafficking. They're not prosecuting any type of alleged sexual abuse to women, although that's part of this racketeering scheme. But
So this is not about him abusing women. This is, okay, she keeps saying this is a unique case, but what it is just a weak case. The reason they're so focused on 1,000 bottles of baby oil is because they didn't find anything else. You know, a few years ago when this happened to R. Kelly, I reminded everybody back then, especially my friends in the black community, that it's going to be your sons and your brothers next. See, right now, they're setting a precedent where there doesn't have to be a complaint from a woman. There doesn't have to be any abuse. There doesn't have to be any crime per se for you to be prosecuted. And that's why they use these RICO standards. RICO laws were initially created when there were mob bosses that were 90 years old in New Jersey calling shots for crimes to be committed way out in Las Vegas. Now, the crime boss didn't personally go do it. He didn't give you a gun and tell you to go do something. But what they did was they figured out a way that they can prosecute these people by just finding 2 or more people to say that you did something. 2 or more people say that you did something, now they can prosecute you, and with enough leverage, they can just force you to take a plea deal, even if you don't think you're guilty, because, well, if you lose in trial, you're looking at life. Could you imagine you're having consensual heterosexual sex with women, and then eventually you're brought up on charges that, well, because you paid for her Uber to come to you and you guys had sex, that's sex trafficking. You know, I remember R. Kelly, the girl was 25 years old. He took her on vacation. They had sex on vacation. They got him with sex trafficking and basically called the girl a prostitute, even though, so it's prostitution if a man is nice and he takes you out to dinner, and if you guys have sex afterwards, basically he's paying for sex via the food transaction. Do you know what this is? Do you know what kind of, this means that any male artist, any rapper, actor, comedian, professional athlete, they know that the reason a lot of men like to work hard and make money is so that they can attract better looking women, so that they can impress women, so they can take women out. Now you're finding out that that's officially going to be a thing of the past. You know, I remember when domestic violence was domestic violence. Everyone keeps bringing up this, you know, him and Cassie in that elevator. That was a terrible video. He's kicking her. Charge him for domestic violence. That's abuse. They were together for 10 years. You know, sometimes you get the short end of the stick. I've seen it where men are in the hospital or murdered by the woman they're with, and vice versa. Some people have these tumultuous relationships that are violent. Some people demand that from the person they're with. We don't know. We're not in the inner workings, but that's a settled case. For them to keep bringing that up, a settled case that's outside the statute of limitations, it's just like they're trying to find a way to get this to stick. And I'm listening to all these other people on these podcasts and shows, and they're talking about how terrible. Which part is the part where they said he killed someone? There's people who have just recently committed murder. That girl just killed her husband. She committed murder. She's out on bond right now. Why would you deny a man bond? This man is 50-something years old. He's been out of jail for 50-something years of his life. The only time he ever went to jail for a couple of days, and that was during the J-Lo incident with the shooting with Shine. So now all of a sudden he's a risk to the public. Like, that doesn't make sense. You deny his bond, and then you keep bringing up you found some guns in his house. This is the United States of America. You can buy and sell guns for your home. It's not like he was driving around with those guns. So that's inconsequential. He's not even being brought up on gun charges. So why was the bald gay black man on television talking about those guns? He's not even charged with gun charges. No gun charges. And what are you trying to insinuate? That he was, girls would drive themselves to his hotel because he's a celebrity and they're trying to have sex with him. So you're saying that women are volunteering to come see him, to have sex with him for 30 something years. But as soon as they get there, he has to pull a gun on them and force them to have sex. But yet nobody went to the police and reported that he's raping people with guns because, well, he's not being charged with rape. So what are we insinuating here? And why are you reporting that they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil? What if the man was about to come out with bad boy baby oil, and come out with his own brand of it? Why is that why are you harping on that? It's like they're grasping for straws. But it's funny. I'm old enough to remember when they did the same thing to Michael Jackson. I remember when the black community rallied around the prosecutors and they destroyed Michael Jackson in the media. They destroyed him on the internet. They destroyed Michael Jackson. And the internet wasn't even that big of a deal back in 2009 when Mike died. But on the news and in the public, Michael Jackson loved his black people. He loved black people so much. And he would correct people when they would say that he's not black and they wanted to use a white actor to play him in a biopic. He's like, no, I'm black. And at the end of the day, it's your own people who are championing you being taken down for bullshit. I'm listening to the indictment. I'm like, okay, so where is the rape? Where is the murder? Where is the assault? Where's the drug trafficking? You're saying that women who he was taking on trips to other cities, taking on vacation, these are women who sometimes were compensated. Okay, if you own a porn company, and you own a porn studio and you see a beautiful girl that just turned 18 that lives on the other side of the country or in another country, if you fly her into Los Angeles so that she can do a porn or so that she can be on an OnlyFans for a day, are they going to now have this same energy and this same set of standards? Are they going to start prosecuting porn studios, porn directors? Are they going to start prosecuting these people for moving people around for the purpose of sex? For their own gratitude? No, they're not. So why is that all of a sudden now such a bad thing in the day and age where literally all these women who are on talking about they have their own businesses, 90% of their business are sex services where they're selling sex on OnlyFans and on cam websites and porn sites. But yet on the same coin, now that's such an evil and bad thing. So you can't fly somebody around and make videos of them having sex, but yet porn is still legal. But yet OnlyFans is legal. Oh, he has all these recordings of women and they're having freak-offs. Okay, freak-offs are legal. Gangbangs are legal. Consensual gangbangs are legal. If he wanted to pay 10 black buff-ass niggas with dreads to gangbang his wife, if he's not sticking a gun in her mouth and if she's actually sitting there with a catalog picking the man out, you can't a few years later decide that actually I was a victim. I woke up and decided I'm a victim. And now I want to go back and retro and take back my consent retroactively. Like why is that even being permitted? How is that even allowed? This isn't somebody he just met. They were together for 10 years. Unbelievable. In a country where people are complaining about how in Texas, Pornhub is banned because they won't do identity checks. This is the same country where people are mad about kids not having access to porn are now trying to prosecute somebody for essentially doing exactly what a porn studio does. Porn studios fly women to Arizona, to California, to Florida for BANGBUS and porn. They're filming gangbangs and all kinds of stuff every single day. But yet when Puffy does it, now it's a crime against humanity. Somebody has to make it make sense.